Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Star Wars Edge of the Empire. I'm your host, Daddy Tarzan, with us, the wonderful crew of Core Atlas, now encompassing several members of the formerly known as the Grizar Dandy Safari Services crew, with the recent departure of their fearless leader, Grizar Gandy. I'm your host, again, Daddy Tarzan. You can find me on all social media platforms at Daddy Tarzan 82855 on TikTok, Instagram, and TikTok and Instagram. With us, the crew, starting with Archie. Go ahead and feel free to introduce yourself, my friend.
Hey everyone, it's great to be back. My name is Jay. You can find me on TikTok at JasonV131, and yes, I am playing Archie, your lovable golden retriever who loves getting himself into problems and knows he has the soak to deal with it. But he might be a little bit grouchy right now because he's missing his best buddy.
What's going on, TB Dicers? I am once and always Oz. You can find me on all social media, Son of a Ghost, usually just Instagram and TikTok, just like Tarzan here. I play Raw. If you don't know by now, this is definitely a good place to jump in because it's about to get real hairy as Raw is itching to figure this shit out and try to save some people, hopefully, and not blow them up in the process. This will be fun.
And try to boy.
Echo.
They're in the walls. They're listening.
That being said, we maybe being joined by Granola, who plays Dark Ellen, or the party's pilot, secondary pilot to Chav. We're still working on getting him in. Hopefully he'll be joining us later. But other than that, that's our introductions for the time being. Let's go ahead and do a quick little recap. The party had just managed to establish a line of communication with the agent in charge, Lieutenant Lears Osnan, officer within the ISB. A lot of encounters with ISB, surprisingly enough, being that some members of the party are indentured to the ISB, as it were. Seeking the captain and the doctor that were rumored to be part of the survivors of the Sadnal Lore that crash landed on the planet, Lears attempted to negotiate the surrender of the doctor and captain. When Dar realized that the negotiations were not going in his favor, he attempted a last-ditch effort to assassinate the agent, all the while performing some mind-bending dodges and fadeaways, or I don't know how to explain, but this guy managed to evade being killed outright when he was surrounded by blaster fire. It was the most absurd thing I've ever seen. But
I believe the quote was, "Can't hit the broadside of a panther."
Yeah,
like a panther.
Yeah.
It was a wild display of luck, 100%. But he managed to escape the encounter, wounding the agent, and make it back to the retreat, circumventing the open field that would have surely gotten him killed. The group had reunited with this revelation. Grizar Gandy, this leader of the Grizar Gandy Safari Services, had an idea to draw away the Empire for the moment, to create an opportunity for the rest of the group to escape with their quarry in hand. Grizard bid Dar to call down the Grizard Fang so that they can begin boarding and execute his plan. Manoy, wanting to help, joined Grizard, but bid Scuttle, their droid enforcer slash battle medic to remain behind and protect the crew and survivors of the Sa Nalor, and to remain with Archie. Well, I mean, Scuttle, no qualms, understood his orders and understood his assignment is now to remain with Archie. The two, Grizard and Minoy, board the Grizard's Fang and begin their ascension with a couple of survivors. This immediate departure grabs the attention of the agents and the crew of the Deep Dark, and they make their retreat back towards their ship and begin pursuit. The crew had assembled small pockets of survivors, as well as who they planned to take with them, i.e. the crew of Nothwing Chimera chose to take a few survivors, as well as IT-3PO, Captain Rel Harsal, and Dr. Kratala back to the Nothwin to meet up with the president of Isotech, Rom, as that was their intended destination. The Yayar clan had taken another pocket of survivors onto their night flyer. Where the rest of this journey goes is to be diced. Our story returns back to the exterior of both the Nothwing Chimera as the group rushes on speeders and Revos back to the Nothwing Chimera. It was a long journey, avoiding detection or avoiding encounters with the wildlife, as well as circumventing the treacherous landscape to quickly arrive to their ship. As if we recall, the leg journey took about 8 hours. So,
to be fair, Tarzan, me and Dar last session had discussed Chaz and Dar. They took the swoop bikes and went to the Chimera to get it to take off and land back.
That's
here.
right.
So
that's right, because there wasn't enough vehicles. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah,
okay.
So then we got on it, and we were beginning to take off.
That's right.
As I believe, Roll, as again, show of faith, may decide to remain.
So okay. So because the night flyer was closer, they took their bundle of survivors and began their departure. As you watch and wait patiently for the Nothwing to arrive. It takes about 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half, because they were pushing it hard, and Chav is a phenomenal pilot. Before you're able to finally see the Nothwing Chimera break the canopy over the horizon and begin its approach to a lot of you. We're going to have Chav do I'm not sure why I'm even bothering, but because he's just going to pass it anyways, but we're going to do one anyway. Average piloting check, dense canopy, we're going to give him a setback for that. But he also removes a setback, so I don't know why I gave that to him. Yeah, okay. We're going to roll that. Yep. Okay. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Yeah, effortlessly. Chav begins begins to pilot the Nothwin, and it only takes moments once you see it in the air to approach and land outside the perimeter of the retreat. Survivors begin to clamor feverishly towards the ship, desperate to try and escape being apprehended by.
Yeah, Archie's going to sort of like do okay, this group is remaining with Roll. We did promise we are going to come back and get you. Captain, Doctor, get your asses on the ship. You. Basically, I'm picking the ones that might be the best suited just to get out of here. Basically, proper non-combatants.
So the elderly, the children. Okay. You go ahead and give me a leadership check, if you will. Average difficulty. Oh, actually, before we go any further, let's go ahead and roll our luck points for the day.
We
almost forgot.
To be fair, Oz, we did half and half. We didn't do too badly last session.
Oh
yeah.
Okay. Noted.
It was pretty good.
But, hey!
Look at that.
I'll take the 2 light side.
Yeah, all right. Starting off strong. I like it. All right. We'll roll 1 for Chav.
Yep.
Yeah, look at that. Even Steven.
That tracks.
Do you want one of us to roll for? Do you want one of us to roll for Dars since he's not here, or?
Yeah, why not?
Or leave it.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Do it.
Ooh, how delightful.
So
I had faith.
yeah. So yeah, he's
all right. We're looking a little rough today. So 3 dark side, 2 light.
That's on brand, though. That's on brand.
That's not too bad. It's not too hard of a offset.
Okay. And leadership, you said to.
Yes, give me a leadership check to try and keep these people calm and direct them effectively. Average difficulty. You have.
Welp. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was kind of just like we did promise, and Ro is agreeing to stay behind to keep the promise. So it's like it's backing.
Nice.
It's backing up.
I'm just now realizing your wounds is 31. How in the shit? Fuck me.
Quite literally, toughened dedication, increasing my brawn.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
I kept with the hired gun. I got a crap ton.
It's pretty spicy. Pretty spicy. Yeah. I like it. All right. Yeah. As you call out to everybody remain calm, you direct the most vulnerable to board the ship, and the ones that are most likely to be able to survive a few more days on this planet to remain behind.
I mean, not to mention the captain, Kellen, did say to the battle droids to effectively waste any Imperials that is not, any Imperials that show up again without mercy or question.
Right.
So, yeah, if the able-bodied fighters are able to stay here for at least a few more days, we go, drop off the vulnerable, Chav can do his thing, and then, we come back with the transport, pick up the rest of stuff, pick up, roll, continue.
Okay.
Although I don't think it's gonna go that smoothly.
Yeah.
Just something tells me it's not gonna go smoothly.
Give me ideas now. Okay. A lot of you watch as reluctantly some of the survivors accept the direction that Archie commands. When it comes time for the rest of the crew to board, Chav calling out. Am I talking in the baby voice right now?
Nope.
No, you're good. You're good.
I had the baby voice highlighted on my phone app. I was like, oh no, have I been talking in the baby voice this whole fucking time?
That would have been so hilarious. But I don't think
I
me
would
and
have
Roll. I
been
don't
really
think me
mad
and
at you.
Yeah, I don't think me and Roll could have kept a straight face.
No, not at all.
No.
Would have been very upset with you guys if you would have let me talk in that baby voice this whole time. The when it comes time for the remaining crew to aboard, you can hear Chav over the intercom calling out. All right, it's time to go. Get on board to get left behind. And now's the time.
I clasp Roll by warrior grasp and goes, "Don't you go dying on us just now."
And you keep my captain safe, yeah?
I just kind of look at the ship, look where Chav is. I'll rip anyone's arms off if they try and take him.
Right. Very well. Best of luck to you.
Dr. Krutalo, who's been standing by your side almost insistently since this whole events began to unfold, looks at you very worryingly. You're not coming.
Unfortunately not. I mean, you do want your people to be safe, right? And right now, I'm the only one who can help facilitate that. I have experience in survival. We'll be fine, don't worry.
Not sure what to do on a ship that I'm not familiar with.
Raw reaches up a hand and clasps her shoulder. You'll be fine. You've done this before. You survived. Now you're here, going on a new adventure. You got this. And kind of just gives her a light squeeze as he kind of pushes her towards the north wind.
There's a level of hesitance as she begins to step towards the ship, looking back occasionally at you with a very concerned expression before she finally ascends the gangplank and boards the ship. Rel, looking back at you before he boards. You take care of my people, you hear?
They will be in fine condition upon our arrival with you, wherever we may rendezvous. Not sure yet, but they'll be fine. They're in good hands.
Thank you for living up to your word.
If we are not people of our word, what are we?
Yeah, anyway. Make sure that no one goes out alone at night. Keep everyone close. Valid buddy system. No one ever goes out alone. Understood?
This isn't my first rodeo here. It'll be all right.
All right. Good luck out there.
And
with
he
that,
kind of gives him kind of like a stiff, like one handshake, and turns towards the rest of the survivors.
Captain Harsal boards the Northwind Chimera as Rawl, you turn back towards the survivors and begin to run over some semblance of a plan. The retreat is compromised. It's no longer a feasible position of refuge. You have to find something new. As
before we leave, I want to position all the rest of the battle droids. Obviously, are staying, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to order them to position themselves as if there's a bunch of people in the camp. You know, there's various people sitting in chairs, standing around, milling about kind of thing. If is there any kind of heat source, like heating coils that we can't take with us that I would like to attach to the bodies? And basically, I'm trying to fool some infrared sensors if they scan the air.
Gotcha. So you would know primarily that the type of sensors that are used for scanning planets for life signs scan for bioorganic activity, not thermal activity. As thermal activity is not accurate on a large scale. So if a body is still somewhat living, it would register as a sign of life. However, a dead body with a heating coil on it is not going to register as a sign of life.
Okay.
But
either way,
the planet's also heavily densely populated by wildlife that it wouldn't read as an accurate.
Yeah, bioscan
Gotcha.
would pretty much just like probably flashbang the person trying to do it.
But yeah, no. I mean, the idea to position bodies is still a solid one. It's just your concern would be more so staging the bodies to make it look like still like the base is still operational or in some capacity.
Yeah. So yeah, with the droids, yes.
I will say there is two dark scout troopers. Archie is pointing them out to you, saying if you want to use them.
Oh, okay.
As we get a Bernie style, just with the droids, just to like add on to the ruse.
Yeah.
One has a very serious blaster bolt in its head's come clean off. The other one looks like it took a tumble off a swoop bike and went crashing into a tree.
Yeah.
Raw is going to tie the bodies to the front of two of the droids, so it's like basically like a moving Weekend at Bernie's thing. So like the arm tied to the arm of the droid, and the legs, and so on. And then he'll position them in a way like where they are like in shadow.
To be fair, you could take some of the scout trooper helmets and put them on top of the droid heads. To be fair,
so he's going to take the helmet off the bodies, but he'll still leave the bodies tied to it, and then put the bodies, the droids with the bodies tied to them in shadow, so it looks like you can't really tell, and then put the helmet on two more droids. So 4 droids in total will look like they are there. And dress up those 2 droids with the helmets with some spare clothes, and the rest he'll organize variously around the camp, and he'll take 5 droids that are whatever's left, and then take them with him.
I would say to keep this space looking operational, you'll probably need at least majority of the droids. You could possibly retain 2 as a means of personal security.
That's fine.
Yeah. So go ahead and give me. Let's do a check of some kind here. Let's do a deception check. I'll give you a boost for the creativity, a boost for utilizing bodies, and then another boost for obscuring line of sight. So you'll have 3 boosts for this check. This is going to be an average difficulty.
Okay. Here we go.
Let's see.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Alrighty. Okay.
Utilizing cover to break direct line of sight and positioning the various bodies around the retreat. You make it look from from a far perspective, like the base is still operational or being in use. Yeah, and with that would take predominantly most of your day. Um,
Small addition as well. He's going to one of the ones that has one of the bodies. He's going to try and reprogram the voice, and it'll like take recordings of his voice and put it in the droid, so it sounds more like a person than a droid, if that's possible.
we'll get to that.
Okay.
For now, the crew of the Northwind Chimera begin, after being situated with their passengers aboard, begin their ascension and depart the planet of Cholgana.
What armaments are on the Chimera?
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
Yes, I would, just in case.
I'm gonna roll as Chev. Archie, go ahead and roll the planetary check for Chev.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, I thought I was gonna need to help Jav on this one.
Oh, no.
That,
What?
Can I help in this situation? Because I do have planetary.
What the fuck? He just rolled all advantages. That's why. Okay, that's weird. Hold on, I believe he has a couple of abilities to account for that. Because he would. Let's see.
Does he have does he have natural piloting? Gets to reroll?
Yeah, he definitely has that. I think he also has a couple of boost die that he can add. I'm performing. Dedication. No. Skill jockey remove. Full throttle. Galaxy mapper. Let's ride. Rapid recovery. Galaxy mapper. Blah blah blah. Natural pilot. Yeah, go ahead and let's go ahead and re-roll that since he has.
Yeah,
he can do that once per session.
Yeah, let's reroll that.
Sure.
If you want to send me the dice pool again.
Let me double check that he doesn't have anything else that he can use before you roll. Tinker, no. When performing full throttle, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, much better. Like much better.
Well, that's more like it, mate. Okay. Yeah. Rawl, you watch as your captain of the Northwind Chimera ascends. Why is there so many luck tokens?
Huh? That's how many? What the?
Really?
Yeah.
One more. There we go. Nope.
Yeah.
You only have 5. Only 5 tokens. There we go. There we go.
It's still 4.
You might need to refresh the. You might need to refresh the page.
All right.
Brawl.
Yeah. For some reason, there was like 6 of them or 8. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Well, this is wrong. There is 3.
Yeah. No. Refresh again.
There we go.
No. Refresh again.
Leave it.
Just refresh. Just refresh.
Refresh one more time.
What is going on with yours?
I don't know.
What in the world? Hey, RPG sessions. You guys' servers are acting up again. Okay. Well, there's only 5. Just don't make any more.
We'll just make now.
See where it is.
It's a known bug with RPG sessions right now. Their servers haven't been syncing up properly.
Oh well.
Yeah. Updates, man. You gotta love them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Rawl, you watch as your friend ascends and departs the atmosphere of Cholgana. Our journey now takes us as the ship jumps into hyperspace, leaving the planet. Let's see. That being said, where's my atmosphere stuff? We are now in hyperspace. Where's my ship stuff? There we are. Did they delete all of my stuff again? Yes, they did. Fuck, I gotta find all my stuff all over again. Well, not all of it, thankfully, but most of it.
But most of it.
Yeah. I still got stuff. Okay, we're fine. It'll buff out. That's hyperspace sound for now.
You know what? It's fine.
The Notha one is just so freaking fast it barely rips through the sound barrier.
Yep. I think Archie.
There we go. That's hyperspace. Found it.
I think Archie's going to command Scuttle to do maintenance, essentially. Effectively, check engine, check hyperdrive, check the shield, check the hull plating, check weaponry, check the missile tubes. Basically, Archie is going to go level by level by level by level by level. Effectively getting to make sure if there's anything that's a problem, document it, get to Raxus Prime, let Chav know before we get the transport back to pick up roll and the rest.
The only official armaments on the Northwind Chimera is a dorsal quad laser cannon. I know that was your question earlier. Mm-hmm. That being said, oh yeah, deep dark needs to go away.
And Archie quite literally just goes, "Why the hell does this thing only have one?"
It's a freighter. What do you expect it to have?
At least a turret.
It's no. It's a smuggler's ship. No way.
He's got
Chav only needs one.
Yeah.
It's a smuggler ship. Sometimes a smuggler ship has like one or two like rotary cannons that you can spin around in.
I mean, Chav plays. From what I have known of Chav's history, Chav plays it safe, so he doesn't really take his ship into places that he needs to firefight. All the time.
So. Okay, that makes sense. Just like Archie thinks about that. So like, Coruscant had like 3 times as much.
Wait, the Northwind Chimera is a silhouette of 5?
Yeah, dude.
What?
Yeah.
That's insane. Okay, I didn't realize that. It's a big bitch. The fuck?
Yeah, she.
And it's fast.
After that, he basically just pushes Dar into a room. It's like, I'm not dealing with you. He pushes Dar into a room and closes the door, effectively, and then goes to the cockpit and just sits next to Chav in that moment.
The interior of the Northwind Chimera is fairly cramped with a lot of the common space taken up by the various survivors. I mean, it's not like you're shoulder to shoulder or anything like that, but it's definitely it's a lot of pardon me, excuse me.
As soon as Dar like gets to where the cockpit is, Archie goes, "Oh no, you're a people person, and just like pushes him back into the crowd.
Yeah,
and just goes to the cockpit.
Yeah, the journey ahead is a long one, especially with all these people aboard. It's gonna be cramped and uncomfortable for a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and have Chav roll a astrogation check to make sure that.
It would be such an irony in this moment if we get off, we hyperspace jump, and we hyper jump into a star. That would be such.
What's the rules for hyperspace travel again?
Oh, that would be such.
Let's stick gainer here.
Middle finger.
All right, piloting skills. Here we go. All right, traveling in hyperspace. We need to perform I believe it's a simple astrogation check. Let's double check though. Chase stellar phenomenon or terrain. No, we need hyperspace jumps.
Small question: Is Raxus
Yes, sir.
Prime
Easy astrogation.
Is Raxus Prime within the same solar system?
No, not even close. It's back. It's ways back.
Okay, so there's no longer. Okay,
got it. Raxus Prime is in the. Raxus system. Raxus system. Tion hegemony. Tion hegemony. Outer Rim territories. There we go. So yeah, it's a ways away. We got a long distance ahead of us. That being said, the intended destination for this leg of the journey is not Rexus Prime. This is just to get to a way station to recruit a personnel transport to come back and rescue the rest of the survivors along with you.
Yeah.
So they'll probably I'm assuming they'll probably try to offload some of the survivors off at this way station to lighten their load and let them decide where they want to go from that point on.
Yeah.
Because, everybody needs to disperse and hide in their own pockets of the galaxy. So, yeah. Easy astrogation check from old Chav here. We'll roll that. Excuse me. All right, easy peasy. I was a little worried there. Like, Chav, don't fuck it up now. Yeah. You watch as Chav inputs a series of coordinates back to the first leg of the journey or the travel that the two groups have embarked on originally. You guys have about 3 days worth of catching up to do in the meantime, as well as finding a way to sleep comfortably or not sleep, whichever.
I think Archie, after a while, if Chav goes to sleep and comes back, Archie is like doing sleeping shifts. Essentially, every time when Skull comes up saying, "I've done this, this, and this," I'm like, okay. Go and check the food supply, go and check the water supply, go and check the fuel, go and do this, go and do that, while the exact same time he's running, like, doing what he did on the Grisard Fang as the quote-unquote first mate, which is legit maintenance. Because right now he's trying to keep himself distracted.
Right. Yeah. At certain points, at one point during the night, Chav will come back to the cockpit, slightly disgruntled, looking at you. Hey, did you tell your droid to go fuck around with my ship? I have my ship in a very particular set. I don't want you guys coming on and making alterations to my ship. I like it the way that it is.
You're literally seeing Archie with a data pad just going, "That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. I'm just running a checklist."
All right, just don't make any alterations. All right, I got it the way I like it.
I literally Archie at that point just looks at Chav going, "Like you said, you're the captain, your rules, but forgive me if I need to do my due diligence as what I know how to do, which is the minute we go on a ship, we run fuel line checks, run the hyperdrives working, make sure that the armaments are in full function, make sure we have enough food, make sure we have enough liquids to sustain us for at least that as plus extras." And literally Archie just like lists down everything.
All right. Okay. You made your point. I like you. You might need to show Roll some pointers.
And Chav goes, "Does Roll not do this?"
He does some stuff. He doesn't. He's not as thorough as that.
Archie at that point actually looks around the cockpit going, how the hell was this thing flying? It's just in that moment, just like thinking to himself, like, how?
It's more of a partnership arrangement. He does some things, I do the other things, but he doesn't do all the consumables and whatnot. So that's a pretty neat trick.
The ship
Well,
is literally held together by raw spit polish.
by willpower, imagination, duct tape, and spit.
But yeah, no. Fairly impressed by your
Effectively, additionally on top of that, he's like Archie just kind of going, just literally just like. Hopefully, we got enough to actually get to the way station, refuel, get more food, get the light transport going off. You got enough credits for that, right?
Oh yeah, we got plenty. Money's not an
Okay,
option.
cool, because you're taking
a problem.
Okay, cool, because it's coming out of your pocket.
It's my ship. Why wouldn't it come out of my pocket?
It just looks at him. Don't ask Dar. That's all he says.
All right, now I'm starting to not like you guys.
No, effectively, he just goes, if anything goes missing, tell me, I'll knock Dar's head, give it back to you.
Point taken. All right. I'm gonna go open my door now. But yeah, he scurries off. Get a sense that he's probably gonna go lock his fucking quarters and make sure nothing is. That being said, the crew. Yeah, the crew is going to have a hard couple of days for the next few days to try to adjust. Meanwhile, back on Cholgana,
it's hard in other ways.
it's definitely hard in other ways.
Yeah.
I can imagine it's like raining now. Like
Rawl, the winds begin to pick up as the sun begins to set. Dark cloud formations overhead, and you can feel the air become damp and heavy. Go ahead and give me what's a knowledge check that we can do? We need a knowledge check. Let's just do an outer rim check for me. Average.
Boop.
All right.
Sure. Yeah.
You recognize the formation of the clouds and the decrease in temperature and the increased wind speed as preliminary signs of inclement weather approaching and quickly, especially with the speed of the wind. You only have maybe an hour, at most two, before you and the survivors will be subjected to rainfall or storms.
Okay. Rawl still has his tent. And he'll go around the camp quickly, gathering up any kind of tarp or anything like that is available. Which direction is the Sun Hollow Orb?
Southeast.
Southeast?
Or southwest, sorry.
Okay, so we'll head directly northeast.
Okay, that's going to follow along the riverbank that you guys are already buttressed on. They've explored that area, not heavily, but they have explored that area, so they'll be able to guide you for the most part. What are you? Let's go ahead and, because they're guiding you, go ahead and give me a survival check to try and find some cover with a boost. This is average, or this is simple difficulty, or easy, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. There's about 15 survivors plus the 2 droids with you. You need adequate coverage, overhead coverage from the weather, and you find a culvert on the side of the rock wall within the ravine, or within the canyon. It should provide ample enough coverage, and it has protection from the wind as it provides cover from both the sides as well, not just overhead. You are adequately sure. You're sure that this will provide a decent enough protection from the elements for the time being, at least for the night, until you find something more secure.
Does culvert have a back? Like, is it caved in the back, or is it
it's just a indention into the rock face.
Gotcha.
So it's not necessarily a cave, but it's got enough overhead and side protection from the elements to house you for the night. You have about 30 minutes to gather any supplies that you need to keep you warm throughout the night, i.e. firewood, so on and so forth, like that.
Yep, and as much food and water as we can carry.
Yeah, that would have been brought with you guys from the camp. What little did remain, since most of the survivors would have taken whatever they had with them onto the ships. Actually, no, they would have left that behind because they're going places that they would reasonably assume that has food and water. So yeah, you guys have the pick of the lot with the camp, as everything that wasn't valuable was left behind.
Okay. Mostly just non-perishables will be taken, and yeah, several jugs of water.
What would you be searching for the most part? Let's go ahead and go back to the retreat and give you an idea of what you can search for stuff. You have. Come on.
Ooh, were the Nixu taken?
No, but they were released.
Okay. Okay.
So what? Yeah, they were released in.
You still have the Revos. They can be used as pack mules.
Yeah. But what you have to search back at the retreat is the headquarters, the garage, Nexu cages, the laboratory, the supply depot, medical shack, and personal living quarters for everybody, as well as the hangar.
So Rawl is going to search laboratory, medical bay, and the hangar.
The hangar, okay. Okay, let's go ahead and this is going to be a hard difficulty, but let's go ahead and get a hard perception check to scour all of these.
Perception. What's your inception? Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Okay. The hangar, we'll start with the hangar. Built near the bluff's edge, the hangar is a heavily timbered structure expertly camouflaged by trees. Trees, vegetation, and coloration. There you discover the derelict separatist shuttle salvaged from the Salanala ore. The ship is beyond repair and no one has worked on it in years. You turn it over for supplies. You find a cracked fuel power cell. It has some residual power left, not much. What else would it have?
Chat.
And you'll find some various tools strewn about the ship that they were using to try and work on the ship, but they have since given up on.
Okay. Um, as far as the tools, they still work.
Yep, still usable tools. They just left them there in case they decided to come back to work on them or work on it.
Um, I would say any tools that pertain to droid craft.
Well, these
If
are
they
tools specifically for working on a ship.
for working on a ship, okay. Yeah. He'll just leave the tools then because he's got his own tools for that.
Okay.
Yeah. So that
Next
cell he'll take.
was the medical shack. The medical shack is a primitive wooden structure containing medical equipment salvaged from the starship. The building contains a few remaining surgical tools and equipment, including a worn but functional medical droid and a complete medical database when it's powered. However, supplies are virtually exhausted, and derivatives of local flora provide what little first aid is possible.
We did grab quite a few Bacta tanks, if you recall, and quite a few medical supplies, and the, the jar of vials that you can reload stim packs with.
Yeah.
So there's a few.
So you could, if you can get that droid working, yeah, you got somebody that can keep you guys healthy.
Can I put that medical droid on the repo in order to take with?
Yep.
Okay.
It's heavy, but yeah, just give me an athletics check. Average difficulty.
Oh, we got this in the bag.
Okay, easy peasy.
Yeah, you got this in the bag.
Yeah, you shoulder this medical droid, attentive to the mandibles, the various mandibles that protrude from the top of its chassis. You bring it over to the Revos and load it onto the back of it and secure it in place. Next was the laboratory. This was Kurtala's main laboratory, the center of all research activity in the retreat. It holds the best equipment and is the only building to have consistent power. While the majority of the work is focused on her cybernetic developments, her other survivors also work on solving the settlement's problems. They just develop treatment methods and cures for local maladies and analyze local animals and plants for use as food or other potential aids. This is the most high-tech building in the settlement, created entirely from salvage. The interior finishes and electronics from interior finishes and electronics from the ship. The building holds the main lab along with several smaller labs, a surgery room, secure storage, and data center. So this is Dr. Kurtala's lab. As you look through it, it's been pretty much ran through. Granted, it looks like it was hastily gathered together. You'll see various implements scattered across the floor, basically surgical tools and a couple data pads that Dr. Kurtala deemed not important. Yeah, so it's pretty turned over. You do, however, spot the FX series medical droid that is currently docked in its charging station.
So there's two medical droids, one that's attached to the Revos and one that's in the laboratory.
This one's a little more advanced than the one that you salvaged.
Fuck. Yeah, he's gonna try and grab us one too. Might as well. If he can fit it on the same Revos, or he'll just put it on the back of the other one.
As you go to remove it from its station, you hear as it begins to its gears begin to whir and it powers up, and the main red ocular receptor flashes and identifies you, and looks at you as it becomes almost weightless, and it lifts up from your grip and hovers in position.
Right, that's not something you see every day. Right,
Yeah.
designation. Right. Your former owner has left this planet and left you behind. I guess that makes you my problem now. Would you like to tag along? I'll take that as a yes. And he'll kind of motion to the open doorway to the repos. Right, can you just hop on over there and we'll just get out of here quick, fast, and chippy.
The droid begins to hover towards the door. Um, as it approaches the threshold, are you leading it or are you behind it?
I'm grabbing the loose data pads and then yeah, I'm following behind.
Okay. You duck down to grab some of the various data pads that were thrown or discarded, and as you go to stand back up and proceed out the door, you smash your head against the hull of the droid as it stopped in the doorway.
Is it stuck, or is it
No,
it's got a protocol to stay in that room? Huh?
it's reasonable to assume. Yeah.
Okay. He's going to try and force the droid to cross the threshold.
Okay. I mean, your brawn is 5. Yeah. This thing tries to resist. Its repulsor system fights back for a moment, but with no physical grounding, it can't resist for very long, and you pretty much effortlessly push it through the threshold. It begins to its mandibles begin to flare out excitedly as it seems to become alarmed and concerned. And
Right. Yes. I know you're free now, all right, and you're just coming with us if you want to live, all right. Yes.
give me a average charm check.
Sure. No, yeah, I will definitely, hopefully, shit. Now we're gonna need it. I will. Yeah, I don't have anything to convince this.
I'll give you a boost because you did say that Dr. Kurtala has left. Okay.
Yep, that's a fail.
Yeah, you get it out the threshold, but it does a it immediately drops and kind of like drops its elevation and rolls around you, and then thrusts itself back into the doorway.
And just before it does, I'm gonna try and reach out and grab the mandible and reach for the power off button.
Ooh, you're gonna go for one of the surgical implements that are protruding from this thing?
I mean, I'm assuming it's got like an arm that it's attached to.
Oh yeah,
just
the arms
out and being a blade, you know.
Well, I mean, yeah, it has arms, but those arms have various surgical tools attached to them. So it's granted you can grab onto it. You're just going to need to be careful.
Do I have anything that could assist? Mend No.
Granted, it's not like it's a giant distance away from you. I mean, you didn't even get. What happened was basically you were trying to push it through the doorway, and you got to the doorway. It dropped its position, rolled around you, and you just stepped past the threshold of the door, and now the droid's back in the threshold. So it's not like it went running. It's just now
Gotcha. Okay. Well,
back
then,
within its perimeter.
he's gonna attempt to reach for the power up button at this point. Try to do it in a subtle way, maybe.
Give me. What is this going to be? This is droid knowledge. Okay. Give me. This is a knowledge skill. So yeah, we're gonna go with education. Give me an education roll. This will be a hard difficulty because it's not your forte.
Yep.
So yeah, just a hard education check to see if you can beat it. Yeah. Okay. Oh nope.
Nope.
Okay.
Does not.
Okay. So, with your limited experience with droids, you're not exactly sure where on this chassis the power, its central power system is. You've interacted with protocol droids that have a switch on the back of their a neck that can be quickly accessible. However, this is a very advanced medical droid, and you look at as you look it over, it's almost a foreign technology to you. You're not really sure how to try and manipulate this thing to power it down.
Okay. How much time do I have left before we need to actually leave?
Before the storm arrives, I would say probably about 10-15 minutes.
Okay. One last chance to try and convince this guy. He's gonna say, "Right, look, there's several fucking blokes coming in. They got big guns. They probably will blow a giant hole in you, and then use you for parts. You want to be scrapped for parts." Right, I didn't think so. So, it'd behoove of you if you would come with us. What's the holdup?
He begins to his ocular receptor flashes for a few moments as it hovers in place and as it contemplates. Go ahead and give me another charm check, this time with 2 boosts. Average difficulty.
God damn it!
Just fucking meets it every fucking time.
Oh, okay. So with this failure, Roll says, right, if you can make yourself as small as possible and hide in a corner, hopefully you will go undiscovered. Hopefully.
With that,
we'll try to be back for you though. Promise.
With that, the droid pivots and returns back to its docking station, and its mandibles fold in, and its eye goes dark, and as it returns to its point of origin.
Is the laboratory located close to the headquarters? Because I just want to poke ahead in and see what I can see.
The laboratory is located next to the next 2 cages, but the headquarters is on your way out.
Perfect. Yeah. So if I can facilitate that in 2 minutes of time.
Okay. You make it back to the. As you make your way towards the gate, you approach the headquarters. off to your right, the largest structure within the retreat. Its large circular central structure serves as the settlement's common area and town hall. Surrounding it are 4 smaller circular rooms. One contains the security headquarters from which all the security patrols and sentry droids are monitored before the system died out 10 years ago. Another room holds the meeting and conference area. The remaining 2 are living quarters for Captain Harsal and Dr. Kratala. The building itself is constructed around once living trees using salvaged hull plating with wooden beams and columns. What would you like to explore?
I'm assuming since he's been there, he knows exactly where the meeting room is. So he'll head there real quick, see what he can see, and then
Okay.
if nothing's there, he'll dip out.
You enter the headquarters and enter the main meeting area. A lot of the furniture has been overturned as people rushed out once they heard the once they heard that the Empire was overhead. You look around. Give me an easy perception check as you're looking around here.
Perception. Boom.
I'm rolling high on these difficulty rolls. There you go. Okay. You look around, and off to your right, you see both Dr. Kratala's room and Captain Harsal's room. But what stands out to you is, as you look through the threshold of the captain's quarters, you spot what appears to be a safe out in the open on the captain's desk.
I completely forgot.
How big is it?
It's fairly large.
It's a large safe, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Christ.
Wait, who found it?
No one found it. You were mentioning it like off the background what the captain was doing, like during the confrontation, that he basically looted it and put like a bunch of like very, very, very pricey metals that can go way.
Oh
further than-
yeah.
Yeah. So there wasn't.
That's right.
So it was already emptied.
Yeah.
So the safe is standing open right now.
Yeah, the safe is like. Yeah.
Fuck. Okay. Well then, yeah. There's no point.
Yeah.
But you don't know that.
No, it's just giving Oz, not roll, but Oz some context.
Well, okay, but was the safe door left open or is it closed?
From this point of view, you can't really tell.
Yeah, he'll walk
Yeah.
to the captain's room. He'll spend an extra minute to walk in.
Yeah, as you approach, you come to the realization as you approach that the door is propped open only slightly. It looks like it was just thrown shut, but never made it completely closed. As you open the door, or do you open the door?
I wish I could just check for traps, but if it's open, yeah, he's gonna swing it open. Just a little
Okay.
bit.
You take a quick peek inside. You find various medals, war medals from Captain Harsal's time in the military.
He's not gonna need him.
No, they aren't worth anything either, though.
A satchel of credits that was left behind as he didn't think it. Either he didn't think it would be worth the time to collect it, or he just completely bypassed it, or just ran out of time getting his stuff together.
Always down for free credits, so we'll snag those.
It's about 50 credits. And then
Take it. 50 credits, 50 credits.
Yeah,
you
right.
find A single bar of a rare rare metal, but that's not in the safe. It's below the safe, on the underneath the captain's desk.
Like a gold, like a rare metal bar. Okay.
Rare metal ingot. Its markings are very similar are very reminiscent of a time of the era during the Clone Wars.
It's gonna be hard to sell.
Yeah. Give me a lore check. Yeah, a lore check. Average difficulty.
Excuse me.
Lore. You better roll good. Yeah.
You identify this metal bar as potentially being worth upwards of 10,000 credits.
Okay, we're taking it. We'll find somewhere on the black market we can sell this thing.
I mean, there's always collectors. Like, damn.
It's a dense metal, very heavy. But yeah, potentially worth a lot of money, and is only the only one remaining behind. It seems that the captain was a little blunderous in his attempt to gather his stuff quickly and didn't pay attention to him dropping one of the bars.
Okay, yeah, he'll take that. 50 credits. In satchel. I don't know how to spell satchel, so I'm just gonna say 50 credits.
SATCHEL.
Nope, fucked it.
YOLO. Okay. You stop by the supply shed as well, or are you making it to the?
I'm assuming the other 15 survivors would have already
could have helped. Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. Let's go ahead and give them a perception check to see how effective they were.
They suck. Got it.
Well, they found some serviceable fire fuel for fire. That's about it.
I gotta tell you,
and
Roll, I gotta tell you, when we were doing a firefight, we were facing against Dark Troopers. They were just as bad as the bloody Dark Troopers.
They're all fucking old and don't barely know how to fight.
Okay, but we do the tanks were left, correct? Okay, so then
that would have been in the medical tent. So yeah, you would have found that. You would have found that. Yeah. So you have medical supplies, stim vials. I think I said 10 of them. And medical supplies. Yeah. All right. Rawl, you begin to make your return back towards the camp with supplies in hand. The sound of rolling thunder off in the distance as the air begins to become more damp and rainfall begins.
Yeah, we'll stick close towards the bank, but maybe like 5 feet away from the bank, just to make sure that we're safe from wildlife. But yeah, we'll stick close to the river as we go along.
It doesn't take you long before you finally reach the encampment. Cold and damp from the rainfall. You guys work quickly to. Would you have taken steps to make sure that the fuel for the fire would have remained dry?
I mean, we have the tarps that we picked up, so yeah, it
Okay.
covers that.
So yeah. Okay. So it doesn't take you long to get a fire going, um, uh, and you guys huddle around the fire for your first night on the planet.
And while probably for I'd say for 2 hours while we're camped there, he's gonna try and work on the medical droid, see if we can get it operational.
Try and work on what?
That worn medical droid that he already picked up.
Okay. Um, you using that power cell the cracked power cell that you recovered?
Ooh, yeah, I get yeah.
Okay.
That's no. Well, hang on. One of the Revos have power cells. Are they able to?
The Revos aren't droids. Those are giant lizards. The
Oh,
ones that shot you with a water cannon and knocked you off your hoverboard.
got you. Those giant things. Got it. Okay. Then yeah. He's gonna use the cracked power cell to try and see what he can do.
Okay. Go ahead and what was it? A hard mechanics check that you have to do to jerry rig something? What's that ability?
Hang on. Do-do-do. Scroll up. Scroll up. I think that was under Sapper. Yes, to fashion a device to solve a current problem. Yeah. So yeah, hard mechanics check.
Okay. There's your difficulty. Go ahead and roll a fabricator skill or whatever it's called.
Boop.
Okay.
Boop. Yeah, buddy.
Nice. All right. So, knowing that this cracked power cell has very limited use of power and very few ways of being able to be implemented in any type of situation in regards to survival, you figured the best way to utilize this is to try and jumpstart the droid, the medical droid, to try and keep people healthy in case of injuries or sickness. Connecting the positives and negatives cables to the droid's power cell. You turn to the power cell, the cracked power cell from the ship, and connect the negative end first. And as you go to connect the power or positive, go ahead and give me what would this be? Let's get an agility based skill check here.
Like coordination.
Coordination. Yep.
Yeah.
Coordination's perfect.
Yeah.
Give me a coordination check. This is easy difficulty.
All I need is to succeed. Yeah.
All right. You succeed, but you do take a point of strain in the process.
That's fine. Okay.
As you connect the positive end to the cracked fuel cell, a gout of sparks shoot out, and a arc of electricity extends and shocks you for a moment. But it's only momentary, and the pain quickly subsides as the droid begins to power up. And this one is a tread-based medical droid, so its movement will be very limited, but it, however, is not restricted to the interior of a medical or the laboratory. So this one is able to travel with you freely.
He's gonna kind of do like a short introduction, yada yada yada, and he's basically gonna tell him, right, I'm going to keep you powered in a standby mode to conserve power, and then he'll strap him back onto Rebos.
Understood.
Okay, and yeah, and then he'll go about the rest of the night preparing for food and then making sure everyone is comfortable enough in the space as we hunker down for the night.
All right. Hard here. Let's see. Let's go to the environmentals here. Let's turn it down a little bit. Let's go to 1. That's easier. Okay. And let's go 2. That's better. Okay. Okay. Are we doing guard rotations for the night?
Raw will take first watch for I'd say a good 4 hours. And
Okay.
then yeah, he'll designate whoever is the most healthy looking person. Yeah, he'll designate them as guards.
The droids will also remain up throughout the entirety since they don't have a charging station anymore, unless you want to conserve their power. But
Do they have a proximity scanner kind of thing?
they have a basic nothing advanced like what you're thinking of. This is just basically it's more so sight reliant. They have to be able to see what they're detecting.
Are they able to power down all systems except for eyes?
Ooh, no, it's either all or nothing with them.
Gotcha. Okay. Then he will actually have them powered down because we need them for travel. So yeah.
Okay.
Inside the
So all the droids will power down for the night, and the humans will, or the survivors will, take up guard rotations with you. Let's go ahead and do a random encounter roll. 15 above, the night is uneventful. 20 to 30, or 20 to 40, minor encounter. 10 and below, you guys have a big fight on your hands.
Sweet. Yeah, great. Love it.
Wow, that was on the nose.
Love it. That's so perfect for me.
Wow. First night couldn't go smooth at all, could it?
Nope.
Let's see. Let's go to NPCs here. All right, no, we're on Cholgana. We got to go with the Cholgana
To be
NPCs.
fair, I think we left the right person in there because one of us has unmatched protection, the other one can just eradicate everything within a 5-mile radius within 6 seconds. So I think we traded off pretty well.
Very factual statement.
I like this. I like this a lot. This is hilarious. Ooh. Okay. I got this. I got a perfect encounter for you. First night, the first couple hours go uneventful. You adequately certain enough that the rest of the night should go rather uninterrupted. You get up from your position of watch and go over to one of the survivors to initiate a change of duty. And the survivor, this one, his name's Jeff, older human male, 3 claw marks across his right, 3 claw marks across his right eye, tattered clothing. Seems grizzled enough that he's been in a few scuffs in his time. You're certain that he'd be a adequate guard or to maintain watch. So you get him up, and it's my turn. All right, get some rest. I'll take over from here.
Right, let me know as soon as you see anything.
Oh, will let you know. Um,
Question. Did any of the children stay behind?
no, those were the first
Good.
ones to leave.
Good. Okay.
So this is just all adults with you. Okay. All right.
Well,
oh boy, this is fun.
Well, my name is Jeff.
so he will not tell me shit.
Literally, Tarzan, as soon as you said his name is Jeff, in my head I was just like, don't do it, 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 don't do it. My name is Jeff. Dang it!
Oh, good times. I love it. I love it. This is
Bye, Jeff.
this is gonna be great. I'm excited. That being said,
Oh my god.
yeah, Rawl, you're sleeping comfortably.
I would say he knows he's been in places where he has like slept alone or with his brother, and had to kind of sleep with one eye open, kind of thing. So he's kind of got this like light sleep mentality thing going.
Right.
Could I roll a vigilance check?
Ooh. Could you? Could you? Would you? Let's do that. Let's go ahead and do an average difficulty vigilance check.
I would like to do that very, very much. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I got logged out. 1 second.
No.
There we go.
It.
All right.
Hey,
Come on.
look, it updated for some reason. You see that, right?
Yeah, that was me. That was me. Because I got logged out. Okay, where is... Oh, there we go. Difficulty. Average. Roll. All right.
Alrighty.
Look at you, Mr. Vigilant Man.
Always.
Had to be. I mean, Death Mirror alone is enough to have a decent vigilance.
Facts. Factual statement.
All right. That being said, your hypervigilance leaves you restless as the first hour into your rest time proceeds. You can't help but shake this feeling of unease. The crackling of lightning, the heavy torrential downpour of rain. Something is keeping you up, but you're not sure what. And that's where we'll go to break. Stick around, all you wonderful Tubi Dicers. We'll be right back as we conclude this little mini encounter. We'll be right back in 5 minutes. Get yourselves refreshed. We'll see you soon.
Don't touch that.
Hello and welcome back to Star Wars at the Edge of the Empire with your host, Daddy Tarzan, the game master of tonight's session. It's great to be back. We have a lot to go over. That being said, the rest of the slate for this week. Unfortunately, there is no Tales of Arden this week. I know it's a very tragic week for us as well. As we have to put on hold the makeshift trial that William the Great has presented to the crew of the Pale Lady. That being said, we'll be back next week with Edge of the Empire to continue this adventure, to reap the fruits of their labor of successfully navigating this planet and returning the captain and Dr. Katala back to the welcoming embrace of the Isotech company's Rom, President Rom. So we'll be unfolding that series of events and what spurred them on in that direction to begin with, the mission to recover the Helm of Mandalore that was presented to them by the Mandalorian, not architect, Mandalorian architect that uses his, that is interested in recovering parts of his Mandalorian culture's heritage. So a lot coming up here in the next few sessions, and I can't wait for it to unfold for you guys, because I have some other threads to present that I'm excited for. That being said, Tales of Arden will return next week, Thursday. So so you don't have to wait too long. Don't worry. Tales of Arden will be back. Just we're on a week hiatus, unfortunately. Other than that, for personal promotions, Chris Claybeard, the Dungeon Master of Tales of Arden, is a phenomenal potist or clay maker or claybeard of sorts. He makes phenomenal pieces. Check him out at Claybeard Studios. Other promotionals. If you are interested in embarking on your own Star Wars adventure, I host games on StartPlaying.games as a game master for Star Wars Edge of the Empire. You can run the adventure that the crew of Core Ellis is currently embarked on, Beyond the Rim, which is the title of the adventure module, as well as the Jewel of Yavin, the previous adventure module that they had ran, which is a high-spaced module, and then a Debts to Pay, which is a one-shot, which again the crew of Core Atlas also embarked on. So yeah, if you're interested in having me tell your Star Wars adventure, feel free to look me up at startplaying.games/GM/Tarzan82855. I'll be more than happy to run that adventure for you. Any personalized campaigns, I am open to running for you as well, but those will be at a higher cost, as I will be devoting more of myself to personalizing that adventure for you. That being said, does anybody else have any announcements that they or self promotions that they would like to make known? We're all set.
Yep.
Then let's get back to the action. All right, I'm excited for this one. Been waiting for a reason to bust out this little critter.
Oh no. Okay.
All right, let's go back to.
What?
Let's go back to the jungle drenched, the rain drenched jungle of Cholgana. The restlessness gripping you, Rawl, in this moment as you go from 1 hour of sleepless rest to quickly progressing into 2 hours. And you can't help. You can't help identify what's causing this unease, but you begin to shift incessantly, trying to find a new position to try and find some semblance of rest. And you roll to your left side. No, that's not right. Roll to your right. Back onto your back. No, this doesn't feel right. You roll over to your right side. And as you do, you feel your face press up against a warm, stout body. Or mushy texture. Something dense, but gives way under the weight of your head. And you just hear, and as you hear that,
What?
actually, that's easier. Actually, drop that one difficulty because they are
Parquet?
tinier than you. So that's 2 successes.
They.
You feel these incisors dig into your eyebrow and bite down, and you are immediately, your eyes shoot wide open as you cry out in pain as you spot these a family of bark rats.
Bark rats. Okay.
Stoutly built rodents native to the planet of Cholgana. These hairy, massive, like not massive, but like football-sized for us to comprehend. A football-sized rodent with massive incisors, thick whiskers, and coarse coat that closely resembles the texture of bark, with dark black eyes just hissing at you as you retract away from it, your eye bloody, or your brow bleeding. That is 3 plus 1. That's 4 piercing damage from the bite against your soak.
Literally nothing.
Ah,
Soak takes it all.
lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see a family of 5 bark rats all huddled around. One of them drew a little too close to you, presumably trying to absorb some of your body heat to stay warm. And they hiss at you and begin to alert the others, and they all begin to swarm you.
Right. 2 things. One, is there a hunk of meat from? No, because I said it was non-perishables. Damn it. Raw is going to summon his vibroaxe, and as he does so, like scrape along the enclosure's ground, attempting to cause some sparks.
Okay. All right.
Basically trying to be as intimidating as possible.
Okay. Yeah, you make yourself big and scary. The rats huddle in close together. Give me a. Give me. What would this be? Coercion? There's no animal handling.
Yep. So it'd be coercion. And if
Yeah.
that's the case, I'm gonna pump some strain into my skill. Let's see if I pull it up. Intimidating. I have 2
Okay.
levels of that. Suffer another strain to downgrade the difficulty when targeted by coercion checks, or um, increase. So I will.
All right. So it would have been average. So it's now easy.
Correct.
Okay. I'll give you a boost die because of the size difference, and another boost die for implementing your weapon as a means to increase your intimidation.
Increase 1 strain. Boost die. 2 boost die. Coercion. Boop boop. Boop. Yeah.
Easy enough. Yeah, these granted 5 little football sized critters could cause some damage to the more untrained individuals like the survivors. You, however, your skin has been toughened by years of conflict and whatnot. So the minor bleeding that the rat was able to cause quickly stems and stops bleeding soon after. It's more of a superficial damage as opposed to any significant damage. You make yourself big and begin to roar at them, swinging your vibro axe at the ground, kicking up sparks. The rats, realizing that they are outgunned and outclassed, the 5 of them begin to scurry off in the past your out of the culvert and into the rainfall. Well done. You successfully navigated a combat encounter.
It's fucking Jake Sully on Pandora. It's like, I got a goddamn night.
Just waiting for that fucking panther to show up now.
Yeah, it's like a fucking Nexu comes out of fucking nowhere.
Cuddly rat. You just wanted a little nibble.
Yeah, he just wanted some warmth and you spooked it.
Hey,
you squished it.
There's only one room for one roll here. Can't do it here.
Yeah, you squished him with your face. Yeah, I've been waiting to break those guys out.
So he reacted according to his own nature, and then looked at all his buddies and went, we could take him. Sparks. We'll call it a draw.
Yeah, that was fun. I like it. That was a good one. Yeah, the rest of the night goes uneventful, minus that little encounter. It was close. That one was really close. It's like, ooh, you might be getting a big encounter tonight. But no, 20. That was hairline. The rest of the night progresses, and eventually the rainfall ceases. And oh yeah, I have to hit stop first. There we go. And soon, sunrise returns to you. You're greeted by the warmth of the sun piercing through the canopy above, and the active jungle life singing its various songs throughout the forest.
Right, everyone up. Come on, everyone, get your gear on, get everything together. We're still heading out. We can't stay here. It's too close to where we were. So let's keep heading northeast. Due northeast. So we'll try to find something a little better.
How are they going to find us if we move too far?
We know how to get back, right? I mean, it's going to take them a while to get wherever they're going. At least we'll camp out a couple days. We'll head back this way.
Okay.
Unless, of
If you...
course, you want to try and be around when the Empire decides they want to come back again.
No, that's...
Right, that's what I thought.
The survivors quickly packing up. Go ahead.
Worst camp counselor ever.
Oh yeah, he's not good with bedside manner at all.
No.
The camp gets their belongings pulled together and begin to make for the continuation northward. Meanwhile, back on the Northwind Chimera in hyperspace travel, the atmosphere of the ship itself is very disgruntled. Due to the fact that the sleeping arrangements here are very cramped, people are... We got to turn this down a little bit.
Sounds perfect here. Barely hear it.
There we go. Okay. Yeah, the sleeping arrangement is very limited, and some people are having to sleep on floors, on top of cabinets, couches, so on and so forth. There's a lot of irritability aboard the Chimera, short tempers, as it, if you will. You can hear a series of infighting as others grow impatient, feeling claustrophobic. It's not a pleasant experience aboard the ship right now, and this is only after the first day of travel. You can only imagine what it's going to be like after 3 days when they finally arrive. You're muted, Archie.
I think it's between clawing each other's or their own throats out, and painting random Aurebesh on the wall.
Right.
I think Archie at some points, the literal large bellowing roars that come from the cockpit it's almost like, don't make me come down there. Kind of like being a disciplinarian parent. Every single time a little bit of infighting gets a little bit too rowdy, Archie just comes forward and just goes bonk, and just bops their heads together gently enough to not kill them, but just goes, shut up.
Yeah, you'll one example would be, hey, now you're in my spot. I was sitting there first. It's too bad. You got up, you move your feet, you lose your seat. You've heard that rule before, right? If you don't get up, I'm going to beat you over the head. That's my spot.
Just hand comes down. A fucking spot.
He just freezes in place, doesn't say anything.
I look back at the other guy. Snooze, you lose. Okay.
Yeah.
I just basically grab the other guy and just pick them both up. Both of you are getting a timeout in the cargo hold. Just walks over with both of them, places them on either side of the room. It's corners, 5 minutes. You want to scream at the corner, and bear in mind you're both going to lose that seat.
Rawl, correct me if I'm wrong. Is this still the retrofitted hangar bay, or is this the did Chav switch out for the cargo container?
Oh, this.
I think he switched out.
No, this should be the retrofitted hangar still.
Either way,
Okay.
they're going to corners.
So there's plenty of room, and oh shit, there's a lot more room. You guys could have fit more, because it is the retrofitted hangar.
Do we want to retcon and say we got the rest on here?
No, because then
Too many things have happened.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But however, you could take less onto the night flyer.
True, but again, like you said, too much has happened at this
Well,
point.
I
Yeah.
mean there's nothing from that happened. So like literally,
Yeah.
like maybe like 10 people tops went onto the night flyer, and like another 30 total went on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's inconsequential as mainly everybody that are aboard these ships are going to be dispersing from their various points of to other sectors of the galaxy. So, I mean, it's whatever. But yeah,
Yeah, both of them get put in it. Both of them get put into a naughty corner, and give them 5 minutes to cool off before they're allowed to come back into the main hold.
yeah, yeah.
Archie, the middle school teacher, love it.
No, legit, it's like if you can act like children, you get treated like children.
I like it. Yeah, as you're walking through this,
I just walk back and go, anyone else? Like I say that to the entire survivors in that moment.
A couple
Yeah.
of the kids are probably like, ha ha.
yeah, the
Like,
kids.
Like the minute they go, ha ha, they just turn and there's me just staring at them going, don't do that out loud.
The atmosphere is very tense with how crowded it is.
Why do I get the feeling that also Dar and Chav, because they're both pilots, are also gonna gonna have issues?
Oh no, yeah, Chad would definitely be very protective of his ship.
Yeah, but we both know Dar.
Yeah.
We both know Dar. You'd be the worst backseat pilot ever. You'd be the worst co-pilot because both of them are quite like, this is my ship. I get that, but I know how to fly better. No, the fuck you don't. It's just like I think.
You sure you want to do that? Are you sure you want to stop story power in this moment? It would be smarter to just rely based off of your main source power. You get like a 0.5 engine deficiency output with switching over to auxiliary.
Knock it off! Like literally, like within like 3 hours of hearing that, like Archie at that point just finds solace in one of the corners of his own, with Scuttle every now and then just patting him on the shoulder. Gently.
Dar would. Yeah, Dar is definitely picking on Chav just for his own entertainment, just trying to get him to second guess any decision that Chav makes.
No, but every now and then, literally, like he'd be doing that, and every now and then he'd just feel the giant presence of Archie staring down and going, "Not the time."
Yeah.
Small note: you do have Scuttle still, so he's probably like co-piloting right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Scuttle pretty much can like keep just going if people need to take a rest, but Archie is just trying, like
trying to keep people under control.
Yeah. Rawl is in physical hell. Archie is in mental anguish. It's like, and every now and then, I feel like he just go to Cortella going, "How did you manage to this for 30 years, like 20 odd years? How did you manage?"
I had the comforts of my own laboratory to confine myself to.
Retreat to.
Yeah, Archie doesn't have that. He doesn't know the ship, so it's literally like his retreat is the cockpit. So every time when he goes in there, Dar and Chav are arguing. So he then goes back to the retrofit hangar. But there's like 3 people in there who have had an argument. So then immediately goes to the hyperdrive. But there's some people in there because it's too cramped. So he's just like running between like several different locations.
I wouldn't say people would be in the engine bay because that would get way too hot and uncomfortable for sure.
Yeah, but it's just like, you get what I mean, though. It's like every single room, there's people, so Archie has got nowhere for a retreat.
No matter where you go, you're uncomfortable.
Yeah, and literally, like, at one point, I think either Chav, Scuttle, Captain Hassel, or Cortella just find Archie in the corner, just, like, curled up at that point, just staring. Just, like, 1,000... Which is probably more terrifying than the fact that there's a Wookiee being uncomfortable with a 1,000-yard stare. Effectively.
Yeah.
just like with the look of like, if I harm any of them, I lose credits. But if I don't do this, I'm going to break the bulkhead.
So great. I love this.
It's just like, this could not be Archie's worst environment, because he's dealt with, the jungle, he's dealt with a bunch of people, he's dealt with upheaval, caution, near betrayal, and now he's stuck like this. He feels like this is worse. Like, he would happily take the jungle over the situation he's in.
Yeah, this is time needed to fly from one planet to another within the same sources. Yeah, 12 to 72 hours. So yeah, this is a 3-day journey.
I think by day 2, Archie goes into the leader of the herd mentality. Like, at one point, if there's any, pushing, effectively, he just grabs the person and just pins him to the ground and wait for him to calm down, while the other one is just picking up and just going, "That's enough." Just, puts them both down. You survived. You can survive 2.5 days in a tin can through space.
I need the galaxy map for Star Wars, because we gotta get exactly where we're going. All right, here we go, Mike. Star Wars galaxy map. Advanced.
I genuinely think there's a point where he literally just, when Chav has retreated, but Archie needs a moment of quiet, he literally just takes Chav and goes, "You're a people person. Go people. This is your ship, Captain," and just pushes him to deal with the people. So it's just him and Scuttle in the in the cockpit at that moment. Just him, just like, oh, fuck. It's just like him just doing that. It's fucking just
Archie. Oh man, if Matt was here, that would have been a problem. But we're gonna.
Okay, if that's the case, then he probably wouldn't do that. But it's just like, you do that once, get informed to not do that ever again, and then not do it, because it's just like.
Wait, so sorry. I was trying to look up something. What is Chav gonna have an issue with?
Effectively, Archie needed a moment of quiet and threw Chav out of the cockpit, saying, "You're a captain, so captain."
Oh yeah,
and then got informed, never do that again. So Archie's back to the uncomfortable, almost like a dog running in a circle in a cage, effectively. Just
to be honest, yeah, Chav would have a problem with that, but we're talking about a fucking Wookiee here.
That's okay. That's
a Wookiee who is feeling like a caged animal as well. So it's just like, Chav might be disgruntled and might have a problem with it, but does he really want to go and have an argument with a disgruntled, caged animal like Wookiee who's on the verge of having a mental breakdown?
Threatening to expel somebody out the vacuum into the vacuum of space only really works if you have the possibility of overpowering somebody. Telling a Wookiee that you're going to expel him out into the vacuum of space if he does something that you don't like again
would go
only increases the odds of you getting expelled into the vacuum of space.
or you needing a pair of robotic arms.
That too, which would probably help.
Yeah, it's just literally at the minute, if Dar comes in or if anyone comes in with a question, I think Scuttle would literally run over to him and just do this, essentially, it's like, this is not the time to ask Archie a question.
Yeah, no, this is brilliant.
Yeah, at which point, if Archie has calmed down, I don't know how many leadership checks I need to do over the span of a few days to try and keep the peace that is strained on a literal thin twine thread at the moment.
Perlimian trade route is what I'm looking for here. Sorry guys, I'm trying to give the most accurate description I can with these travel routes, but this map is not helping at all. Ooh, here we go. Download Star Wars Galaxy Map. 404, not found. All right, never mind. Well, we're not going to obsess over it because I've already obsessed over it enough.
We said about 3 days, given the speed that we're at, so...
Right. I was just trying to find like a planet or a way station in that area for you guys to identify, but we're just gonna leave it unnamed until I can identify it explicitly.
That's fine.
Day 2. Actually, we're gonna do a little randomized encounter generator for the
Oh,
Nothing
fuck!
It's only fair. It's only fair.
No, to be fair, okay.
To be fair.
Um,
Of all
Granted,
things.
granted, you are in hyperspace, so the randomized encounter would be typically. Oh, they'd have to do another astrogation check, and it's.
The thing is, though, I know full well, lore-wise, it is canon and extended. Star Weirds, they arrive in hyperspace every now and then, but I don't think we have. But we don't have any Force users on the ship, so
Yeah.
And I mean, there's also pirates too.
Pirates, the Empire consistently pulls people out of hyperspace using gravity wells. So there's a few out there. All right, let's see.
yeah, there's a few. Please don't.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
oh,
look at that.
oh fuck.
No, that's good. 15,
Okay.
15 above, nothing happens. Yeah, the second night, second night goes uneventful, and you guys continue your trajectory. These are all in the same sector. Okay, cool. I'm looking for Jay.
Yeah, quite literally, it's break up fights, stop people from pushing each other. If you need a seat, find the floor. If you have a complaint, that's tough shit.
Right.
It's literally like it's legit like Archie is at his wit's end of just like, I'm used to Gryzar doing this type of shit when it comes to safari tours. I'm the guy who moves stuff.
Yeah. So Gryzar was a pretty personable guy. He was easy to get along with, and that's what drew a lot of people to him. Now it's all on your shoulders.
Even Manoy was a personable person, because just by her own sweetness. Dar was a talker. No, he's a talker. He's fine. Archie's having to do everything.
Yeah.
Like, legit.
Yeah, no, Dar's too busy trying to annoy the shit out of Chev by second guessing all of his decisions.
Every now and then, Dar ends up in the corner. Dar just gets dragged up into the corner and put in the corner, and every time he tries to move, Scuttle just puts him back in the corner until Archie considers his time outdone.
Yeah, Dar is a menace, and we love him for it.
We do, but this is not the time or place to second guess the fucking pilot of the ship.
Not logging in. I don't know what this is. All right, fuck it, whatever. These fucking maps are a pain in the ass. Yeah, second night goes uneventful. Third night. It's not even a full third. It's not even a full third day. Like, you arrive on the third day. You guys feel as the ship begins to decelerate, and you hear that as the ship exit hyperspace, and before you, look at Doctor.
Yeah, probably.
There before you, salvation for Archie's sanity.
Literally, Archie is like pressed up against the fucking like glass
The
of the
first sign of civilization. Yeah.
And literally, like, he just sits back, looks at Chav in that moment, and Archie just looks weighed down. Like, this has been the longest near 72 hours, and I feel like Chav might feel the same in this moment.
Yeah, how do you deal with that guy, Dar? That dude really knows how to wear you down. Anyway, way station. This is Captain Northwind Chimera. We are approaching your sector, requesting permission to dock to offload survivors and of a crashed ship over, and yeah, there's a quick exchange between Chav and the tower control of this way station. You guys land, and as you land, emergency vehicles arrive to provide. All right, that's enough. I just wanted like a couple seconds of it, not constant. There we go. The ship lands with emergency vehicles pulling up to aid in the assistance with the droids, or not the droids, the survivors. Let's change the music up here, shall we? The survivors being carted off, young and old, to the medical bay to receive treatment. Several of them. All right, you're getting too loud. Several of them able to remain ambulatory on their own, by their own accord. Others had to be wheeled off, but everyone approaches the four of you, Chav, Scuttle, Archie, and Dar, thanking you constantly. Just they can't give you enough praise and gratitude.
Literally, Archie just says to each one, "Don't take offense, but I hope I never see your complaining ass again." This is like every single one.
Captain Morel, standing alongside you all, watching his people disembark from here. Are they going to be safe out there? Will they be able to hide from the Empire?
In small groups and with a lot of luck. They've survived this far.
You just gotta give them a little faith, Cap. Trust your people. You've guided them enough.
Speaking of people, looks at Chav. Might want to get on getting a light transport back to Cholgana.
Yeah, we better make haste. I don't know how long Rawl can stand being in charge of a bunch of people. Doesn't seem much of a personality type. But yeah. Yeah, he's not. The crew quickly scrambles for assets. Acquiring a personnel ship for use. It's a small light freighter used for, it's the Lambda class transport, usually employed by the Empire, but in this case, sufficient enough size to retrieve the survivors plus any additional equipment that remain on Cholgana. The ship itself, rental cost will run about 12,000 credits for supplies and fuel. Resupplying the Northwind Chimera, however, you guys just lost a lot of your own consumables with all those survivors aboard the ship. Fuel was definitely drained. So this is going to be a hefty refueling.
I just look at Chav in that moment. How many credits you got? Otherwise, I don't think we're leaving the station anytime soon.
These guys have plenty of fucking money.
That's fair.
These guys have been raking in credits and not having any expenditures for quite some time.
Well, Archie doesn't know that. Archie's got like nearly 215 credits. He hasn't got a lot, so he's like, I hope you got enough.
I don't know if Chav hasn't updated his money since he played last, so I'm not exactly sure how much credits they have. How much do you have, Raw? Yeah, you have. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna run off of the amount that Rawl has because Chav hasn't updated his since he last played. So yeah, 261,000. But that was your personal.
Yeah, that's personal. So that's all either on a black card or there's credits that he has set aside.
So, if we're going by that logic, would Chav also have a reasonable amount of?
I would say that Raw would have handed over his black card to Chav, just because he doesn't need it right now, and they will probably need some incentive money, if for wherever they're going for bribe or whatever have you. So,
You want to cash in a luck token for that?
sure.
Okay, I'll allow it.
You know what? Fair. Well, that's fair enough. If Chav is using the the black credit card effectively to pay for all expenses.
Yeah.
There is roughly, I'd say, 150,000 on black card. The rest is in credits that Raw has.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, 12,000 for the ship rental and fuel supply.
12,000, just 12,000.
12,000 for the Lambda ship, and then I got to figure out how much it's going to cost to resupply the Northwind because all of its consumables have been consumed. Let's go with. Let's go with 2,000 for the fuel. Another 1,000 for the consumables. How much? Wait, how much consumable space does the Northwind have? Let's see. It can hold up to 3 months of consumables. Okay. So it wouldn't have been completely depleted because 15 with 3 months supplies. I would say you probably have maybe a couple weeks left of supplies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ship technically can only hold up to 6 people aside from the crew. Technically, we pushed that well beyond its means. So we'll say 2,000 for refueling, another 750 for resupply on consumables.
So
to bring you back up to 3 months.
Yeah, so 2,750 credits for the Northwind.
Well, so 12,000 for the docking, 2,000. Okay, so that's 14,750. From the 150,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, gentlemen. With that, the captain of the Lambda class transport, Captain Elon. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck was that?
Sounded like you were opening a bottle.
Oh, that was me. Sorry.
Oh.
My bad.
Surprised the fuck out of me. Captain Hazel, a human male pilot with a gray beard, bald head, light complexion with bright green eyes, approaches the group. All right. I'm under the understanding that we're undergoing a rescue operation. My fee has been covered, so we're at your disposal at this time.
Yep.
I'm Captain Hazel.
Archie will hand over the location of where the survivors will meet them. So basically outside where the retreat is, because we were there for so long and just having a decent. Also with the help of the captain and the doctor of where to try alone, why to locate it in on the planet map.
Mhm.
I'm just going. They'll be around there.
All right. Well, the sooner we disembark, the sooner those people see salvation. So
Yeah.
ready when you are.
All right, let's go.
All right. With the two ships exiting the way station, one more piloting planetary from the Northwind captain, just to avoid any bumps and bruises.
This is gonna be so fucking funny.
Look at that, and you guys get a fucking triumph to pocket.
Of all, yay, need those.
It's the first one of the day. Look at that. Last session was rolling like
yeah.
fucking candy.
Yeah.
All right.
Triumph, thank you.
And then we need an astrogation check from both of them. We'll make it a hard difficulty to encompass the Captain Harsel or Hazel's check as well. We'll give him a boost because he's been there before. A boost because he has Scuttle helping, or whoever's co-piloting. Probably Scuttle.
I would say if I'm gonna put Dar on the other captain's ship, I'm just going insurance. Just to give Chav a break, effectively. Just like
that's fair.
There we go.
That's fair.
You can now backseat drive this captain.
That's fair. I like that. Hey, you sure your throttles should be in that position? You might want to have that retune. But
wait until we're on the way back. that's all she says.
Let's get that roll out of the way. Let's see how they do. All right, easy enough. That's a lot of threats. Fuck.
Yep. Probably have to do another roll, huh?
No, they still succeeded. What happens is that what this will accumulate is the travel time is going to be lengthened a little bit. Instead of the 3 days back, it's now been elongated to 4 days, mainly due to the fact that Captain Hazel's ship hasn't traveled there before and is a slower traveling ship comparatively to the Wayfarer. In an effort to not lose the Lambda class transport in transit, the Northwind has to travel at a slower rate of hyperspace speed to keep in the same envelope as them. So that's the situation. So yeah, they're maintaining the same envelope of hyperspace travel. They just have to travel at a slower speed. That being said, yeah, you guys' stay on Cholgana is going to take an unexpected longer turn.
Now, Roll has to be in the same position that Archie was in when it comes to the extra day.
Yeah. The ship powers up. It begins. Both the ships begin to accelerate and enter into hyperspace. Such a beautiful sound. I love that hyperspace jump sound. That's a good one. Back on Cholgana, little to your knowledge, your day just got your stay just got a whole lot longer by a day. Go ahead and give me another survival check to find a more suitable place to take up refuge. Is this an intended long-term stay, or is this another temporary stay?
This is gonna be a long-term stay, as Raw is gonna hop on his hoverboard and we'll wait a day, and then he's gonna hop on the hoverboard and come scout out to see if the ship has arrived yet.
So you're looking for a long-term hold position. Okay. So this will increase the difficulty by 1 to hard instead of average. But go ahead and give me a survival check. I'll give you a boost die because you do have the aid of the survivors.
Boost. And while okay, and the two security droids are powered up right now.
Yeah, everything's up and running because you guys have to. You guys are in transit.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Full send.
The droids kind of count into the same boost.
Gotcha.
Okay, look at that.
Hell
One
yeah.
threat. Okay. All right. That one threat will accumulate in the form of strain as you are traveling at a higher pace, a quicker pace than the rest of the group to try and scout ahead and find suitable points of rest.
Did Raw recover any strain the night before?
Yes. After a night's rest, you recover all strain. And then for wounds, that's a natural rest. Each night's rest, the character recovers 1 wound regardless of the character's current state of health at the end of each full week. Yeah, so you only get 1 point back on wounds. You can.
I'll probably use a stim to regain 5 more. Just so I'm
okay. Oh, actually, you also have a medical droid at your disposal. We forgot about that guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave him powered off for now because it's not necessary. A stim pack will work for now. It's not like it's a big wound or anything like a critical wound I need to worry about. So.
Alrighty. Okay. You give yourself a quick little patch over. And I gotta get these droids imported real quick. I keep forgetting to do that. And we got the other one from the medical shack. That's right.
Which is a more advanced one, but hey, here we are.
He was very stubborn.
To say the least.
Medical droid. Okay. Just a basic. So you guys got the basic medical droid. Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. You rush ahead, try and get a quick scout ahead of the rest of the group to try and find a suitable encampment place of rest. You find another culvert along the northern end of the riverbanks. You'll have to ford across the river at a shallow point to get to it.
Okay. Probably we'll put all the survivors at the back of the or the Robo.
The Revos?
Yeah. The Revos, yeah.
Okay. 15 of them. The Revos can only hold up to 4 people per saddle.
Okay, and then the rest he will one at a time vary with his hoverboard. So they're not in the water.
Okay. All right. Easy enough. The Revos, the water comes up to them about knee deep, whereas this water you would reasonably assume would come up to about waist level for you guys. And you guys cross over fairly effortlessly to this river, to the northern edge of the riverbank. And it's another culvert. It's got decent coverage overhead. Not as much wind coverage from the side, unfortunately, but that can be easily remedied with just simple fortifications with nearby shrubbery gathered up and formed to create some type of wind barrier. If you choose to make this a long-term stay, but yeah. So with that, we'll just do a easy survival check to try and gather up materials to build up this location to make it a more long-term stay. With the survivors, that'll give you a boost die.
Here we go.
Easy enough. Easy enough. Yeah. You guys build up this enclosure or this culvert into a more long-term sustaining encampment. It still has a line of sight almost. It has a line of sight overhead of where you know the retreat is. It doesn't have line of sight on the retreat itself, so you could see just over the bluff of the cliff in front to the south of you, directly over in the direction of where the retreat was. So you could keep eyes on that location for extended period of time to monitor the traffics of anybody that comes in and out of that area. You guys build it up, providing significant wind protection via the collection of various shrubbery and intertwining them to create this makeshift barrier. And you fortify it with the tarps to try and keep the wind out. But during the day, it does grow rather hot, and you remove the tarps and you toss up water onto the shrubbery, and it creates a natural AC unit of sorts, and it keeps the immediate campsite relatively cool as the wind passes through it.
Okay. With the tarps, and the survival skill check, he's gonna try and find some moss if he can, and kind of cover the tarps in that moss. Just basic like a natural heat screen with that.
Okay. All right. You'll need some type of binding agent to keep it in place, but
Is the I don't know if I want to use it for that. Never mind. Redcon that. Just
you sure?
Yeah, we don't really have any binding agents. I mean, other than like the fire thing. The fire.
I mean, that, or you could try and collect some tree sap that could act as a binding agent.
For it.
Okay. Well, with your survival check, that would have been encompassed too. So yeah, I mean, it's not a lot, but it's especially with the amount of time that you have during the day. You managed to cover a good kick the tower of my PC. Managed to collect a decent amount and encompass some of the tarps. It's not like fully encompassed, but you got several days to work with, so it's a work in progress. yeah, you get to work on that. Begin building a type of cover from any type of thermal scan imagery. And yeah, the second day comes to a conclusion. You guys managed to gather enough resources for food and drinkable water. Yeah, well done. Second day complete. And you guys are relatively protected. You have Revos at your campsite, so that will suffice as a means of keep deterring any predatory activity. Yeah, you guys are fairly protected in this area. Well done. All right, day 2 completed. All right. To encompass everybody all in one check to conclude the next few days. I'm going to need a series of skill checks just to get through the next 2 days of travel. 3 days, I should say, because it was extended by a day. So we need 3 skill checks. What I'm going to ask for is, let's take a look here. I'm going to ask for a melee check.
So, brawl? Oh, melee. Okay, got you.
I'm going to ask for
Just go ahead.
an astrogation check.
From us?
This is from the group as a whole, because this is going to encompass both the Nothwin and the survivors back on Cholgana.
Gotcha.
What else do I want to be done? Melee, an astrogation, a planetary piloting check. We're going to do 4. Piloting, planetary check, and then finally a stealth check.
Okay. I'll handle melee and the stealth.
Okay.
So here's your melee.
Against that. Okay.
Okay. Here's your stealth. Oh, please.
This is going to be hard because you are with a large party. Let's see. Ooh.
Well, he would have been by himself. Or is this to remain hidden in where we are?
This is to remain hidden, yeah.
Okay.
Granted, you still have an advantage, which could encompass your melee. And then Archie did the piloting. That's an easy check. You succeed, and now all we need is a astrogation. We'll have Chav do that. Oh.
Please no. Please no.
Okay, 4 advantages. So he wasn't able to shave off time. So here's what happens with these checks. Chav, realizing that traveling with the Lambda class transport, try to find a way to a means of accelerating the travel time, because he realized that he just put an extra day on you back on Cholgana. During his research of the astrogation charts, he was unable to find a means of reaching you by the time that he said he would be back. But he doesn't lose time. That's what the advantages are for. He maintains the same time of arrival that he has. Archie, with the piloting planetary. We'll get to that. With the stealth and melee. Raul, you go out on one of your series of expeditions to recon the immediate area for potential dangers or possible Imperial activity.
Okay.
You encounter you as you're traveling, you're maintaining a level of your vigilance, and you encounter on your way back to the camp an arboreal octopus.
Oh, righty.
It was encroaching on your guys' campsite, sensing the various activities and trying to look for stragglers to try and drag off as its next meal. You managed to dispatch of it rather quickly with that melee check. On the fourth day, Chav and Archie at the helm begin their descent into the atmosphere. You all hear the thrum of the engine as it descends over the into the atmosphere and begins to approach the remnants of the retreat.
Raw would have made. He can't really see the ship. He just knows it's there. So he doesn't know what type it is. But like, he will have everybody like stay hiding in the tree line, making sure that they aren't seen overhead, just in case. And would make his way into the camp and wait in a kind of hidden location, and he'll wait for the ship to actually come
and land. Okay.
Well,
here's where things get spicy.
Love it.
Okay. This is average. It's going to have a boost for that. Okay. Archie and Chav, you guys begin your descent down into the atmosphere, quickly approaching the remnants of the retreat. As you begin to descend, Archie, you begin to the hair on the back of your neck begins to stand up. And as you get the sensation, your head begins to turn to look back. only to see flashes of red as a dark stormtrooper unloads into Chav.
You're muted, Archie.
It's my turn this session apparently. So I just turn and I see that in that moment,
Yes.
like seeing a dark trooper on this ship, and no idea how long he's been here. Meaning,
he's been hiding. Yeah.
Which means he might have relayed that the captain is alive, the doctor is alive.
I mean, there's a possibility of that, but I mean,
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, this possibility of like, shit. I look at Chav. Is he all right? Does he look like he's taking a bit of damage?
Chav, that's 6 successes on a hit. That is, Chav will be taking 16 points of damage.
Ow. Okay.
That is, he is.
Yeah, he's down.
Immediately down. You just watch as you turn, all you can see is the back of Chav's seat getting lit up and his body just thrashing violently as he's being shot into.
In that case, because we're already on the descent, like that's been placed in, like we're gonna land either way.
I guess, I mean, you have a choice here. You can either abandon your station and hope the ship will land naturally, or take an action to engage the autopilot feature to make it land on its own, and then you can use a maneuver to do whatever, close the distance or what. It's up to you. You just won't get a chance to attack him this time.
I mean, Scuttle's also there in the co-pilot seat.
Yeah, he is. I let you to go, Scuttle, take over, and just turn around and just basically run forward and try and deck this fucking Dark Trooper. Effectively, it's like, get him up and land! Like, literally, like, trying to, like, go for this guy.
Okay. All right. Yeah, Scuttle, yeah, he sees you leap up from your chair and rush the Dark Trooper.
I don't have time to get a force pike, and the vibro axe is way too like clumsy to put into like a thing. So knuckle dusters, I'm gonna fucking crack this guy's bucket head open.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack.
So it'd be melee, right?
This would be if you're using duster, the brass knuckles. That will be brawl.
Brawl. Okay, thank you. Yeah, because melee is the vibro axe.
Yep, brawl. So it's +1 damage to your brawl or brawn.
Yeah.
Difficulty or average difficulty in engaged range. You have 2 successes, so that's
6 advantages.
plus your. So that's 2 + 1. That's 3 plus your brawn.
My brawn is 5.
So 8 damage plus as
my feral strength, so it adds another
disorient of 3.
Yeah, I'm going to activate the disorient of 3, so he's disoriented. And he takes an extra 3 damage from feral strength as well.
Okay. 3 damage. That's 11. Okay.
Gonna trigger a critical with that as well?
Yeah, I'm gonna trigger a critical with that as well.
You got how many advantages? You had 5 after the threat.
Nope, 5.
Yeah, 5.
So
in that case,
takes 2. Hold on. Let me finish. It takes 2 to activate the disorient, and then you have to your brass knuckles to crit on a 4. So you can either choose to crit or you can choose to disorient.
I'm going to choose to crit because then that activates my 3 ranks of lethal blows.
Ooh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, so this could either be really good or this could go either way.
All right, so that's 11 damage or 8. 11 damage minus a soak of 5. That's 6 damage. Okay.
Oh, so I still do the base damage of the brass knuckle. That's pretty cool.
And that being said, he takes a crit on the table.
Yeah, plus 3 lethal blows, so 30.
So plus.
Yeah.
Let me re-roll that since. There we go. Ooh. Okay, knocked senseless. The target is staggered for the remainder of the encounter. Okay, staggered. How fun.
What does staggered do? Yeah, I'm like, what does that do?
Conditions. Where's my conditions? I believe it gives me setbacks. How many? I'm not sure. Critical injuries. Go. Knocked senseless. Staggered. There we go. Suffocation. No breathing. Don't go. Come on, I'm bleeding. Okay, come on. Where's the staggered condition? It's in here. I know you're in here. We're right in this section. Okay. I believe it's supposed to be setbacks. We'll probably go with that until I figure it out. But yeah, you managed to bum rush him, close the distance, and get this. Get the 2-piece biscuits in. Anything else, roll, Archie?
Staggered means you can't take any actions with a capital A. The target is still free to make maneuvers or incidentals if they want.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that is.
You can't even attack. Oh shit!
Yeah. Like, that is rough.
Oh, you just incapacitated my fucking elite trooper. How delightful.
Yeah, that is rough. I mean, you can't take actions, which means I'm just gonna pummel this guy.
Oh no.
W.
Oh.
I made the right choice. Okay, in that case, I am going to then suffer 3 strain to do defensive stance. So this guy's gonna have 3 difficulties added to any attack he may make, or anything that requires him to make an attack. But I'm guessing, seeing as how he's staggered, he might not be able to do that. He'll be able to move back. But I'm just gonna pursue him and start beating the crap out.
Oh fuck! He has an adversary rank of 1. I was supposed to add a setback to that die, or to that roll. Let me see. Maybe. Let's see if I can. I mean, granted, it's only 1, so I mean, how much can I get out of that?
I don't know. Good question.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Damn.
Still, it doesn't matter. This guy is still staggered and effectively is about to have a very angry Wookiee who just watched.
Damn.
I would like to point out that in the back of his head, Gryzol just flashed in Archie's mind saying, "You need to look after these people," and he just watched one get shot. So it's just like, yeah. But he did give Scuttle the command to heal Chav, get him back up, and land the damn ship. Because
I mean, you guys are in the process of landing. He's gonna have to choose either get the ship to land first, or what's priority to
land. Because if we don't land and crash, we're stuck here. And
right.
So this is a land then heal.
Priorities, right? Yeah. Scuttle rushes scurries up to the co-pilot seat and takes over control and begins his piloting check. Average. This dude fucked Chav up. Holy shit.
Yeah, he did. Fuck. God damn.
hell of a hit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that fucking hell.
Scuttle manages to seize control of the Northwind and manages to land outside the retreat effortlessly. You continuing your onslaught. Go and I mean, however you want to do this. It's up. How do you want to do this?
This is literally like as he like staggers back and raises the thing. Archer just grabs hold of the heavy blast rifle, throws it back so that way it's now out of his hands. If he tries to go for like a pistol, it's like batted away. And he just like cracks the helmet, so it's like breaking. So he falls back into like a more open area and just looks at him, looks at the arms, and just goes. And just like rips the arms clean off.
Yeah.
Just rips off the arms off and just drops them, and then just kicks the body on the ground and proceeds to like just start slamming into it essentially.
Trav's gonna be upset, but okay.
Chav is definitely hurt and incapable of being upset because
yeah. But then at that point, turning around, grabbing my stim pack, and just like jamming it into Chav and giving him 5 hit points, 5 wounds essentially. So he's back. So at least he's up.
How in the fuck do you roll a 0? That's not right.
That's a good question.
That's not right. It doesn't go lower than a 1. You can't roll a 0.
Roll again.
So that's 100. That's a fucking 100.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's 100.
Because these polyhedrals don't account for up to 150. Oh shit, that's 100. Crippled. One of the target's limbs selected by the GM is crippled until healed or replaced. Increase the difficulty of all checks that require use of that limb by 1. Yeah. Okay.
You saying Chav is crippled in one of his arms?
Yeah, Chav.
Oh,
Sorry, buddy, if you're watching. You're losing an arm, buddy.
But yeah, Archie like jams the stim pack in, so at least Chav is out of danger for now, even though. But knowing that there's Bacta left on the retreat, and hopefully either Roll take it or it's still there. So at least there's a chance. So at least there's a chance.
That's a hell of a hit. My God.
Fuck.
But Chav will hopefully soon get a cyber arm because a la Doctor.
That's true. Yeah. Like, I just kind of like I'm screaming for Dr. Cortella in this moment to get up here, essentially.
Yeah, that's
even though she's a cybernetic expert, I literally just go, I just need you to calm him when he wakes up and realizes his arm is fucked. that's all I say to Dr. Cortella when she gets to the cockpit.
When she arrives, she sees the severity of Chav's injuries and directs you to help her carry him to the medical bay aboard the Northwind, so she can stabilize him.
Yeah, they're just like following what she says. Put one foot over the ripped apart Dark Trooper, and just like once we get them on, we have to do immediate emergency takeoff.
Yeah.
Placing him down, getting back up to placing him down, let the doctor do her work, get out of the way, run back up to the cockpit, help Scuttle fully land this thing in Chav's seat.
By the time you get back to the cockpit, the ship has been landed. All that's left is acquiring your crew.
Yeah, at which point I pull out the comm link and I turn it on, going, if Raul can hear me in this moment, sorry it took so long, but we have a problem.
Problem? What problem? What do you mean?
Chav's down.
Immediately, he kind of does like a signal to round up all the others from the tree line.
Archie just sprints over to where the hangar is, pops the gangplank open so Roll can just get in, and just basically tosses the helmet of the Dark Trooper up to let Roll know what happened. Effectively, like, doesn't need to say anything, doesn't need to like explain. Just the helmet gets tossed out, it's cracked open. and just like medical wing.
Raw takes a moment to take in the helmet, brings the fiber axe down on the helmet,
That's fair.
and turns back to the Rebos and basically just like, "Right, I need a back to tank right now." And the one of
Yeah,
the spiders will
Archie
bring
has
one
like leaped, literally like Roll's gonna feel something land away from him and just sprint over to where the Revo is, grabbing a katana, running back and just shoving it in Roll's hands, going, "Go, Doctor's with him."
You rush up the gangplank to where you know the medical bay is aboard the Mouthwind. There, you're immediately greeted with taking the visage of Dr. Krutala covered in up to her elbows in blood as she's trying to stem the flow of bleeding from the wounds that are visible on Chav.
immediately jumps in next to his side, trying to also keep pressure on whatever wounds are still visible, still uncovered.
He's got multiple penetrating wounds to several vital organs of his his shoulder is disintegrated. I don't think I can save it. He's losing his arm.
Right. I need a torch. We're going to have to cut it off him.
It's no, we can't use a torch. That's not. It's. I have my own implementations. Thank you.
By all means, let's get this done. He's losing blood. He's gonna look him over. Is there still the medical patches that he had used at one time to fuse that one droid to the I-beam?
Those are repair patch kits. Emergency repair patch. Yeah, he's got 2 of those left, but those are meant for droids.
So they can't use it.
You can't use it on a humanoid. It doesn't. If you do, it would just cause them significant injuries.
Sure. Okay. All
right. But Dr. Krutala has more than enough experience to be able to handle this, and you have the means of treating some of the more minor injuries with the back infusions.
Not to mention, Archie did jam a stim pack into Chav just to make sure he didn't drift away.
Yeah.
So at least
at
least he's stable, but he's not out of the woods.
Yeah, he's not dying outright, but he is still bleeding, and he's losing his right arm. That's given. There's after that.
As he Raw puts the back of the tank on a side table, and as he is there, keeping pressure on the wounds and watching Dr. Krutala work and trying to close up some of them, he kind of just looks up at her and is like, "See, told you I'll be safe."
Well, it was. I'm glad you were safe. Apparently, we were not. As it's shown here with your friend.
But, he'll be fine. He's a tough lad, and losing an arm, I'm sure he'll tell quite the story here later.
If where did you stow the cybernetics that we recovered from Sanalora? I might be able to replace what he's about to lose.
Oh, they should be here in the cargo hold. And he'll momentarily take his hands off, and he'll direct one of the survivors to the location of where those are.
Yeah, quick glance, Archie is directing the rest of the survivors into the shuttle. But when we take off, I've given instructions to the captain that they take off and they follow us back to the way station so they can drop off the rest of the crew. So that we've completed that sign. And then I'm sprinting back into the ship, running up to the medical wing, and just like seeing the wound just kind of like bonk, just like giant mitt over the wound to stop the using brute strength to keep the wound closed.
I gotcha. Some of the Scuttle comes back with a cybernetic arm.
Of course, you know where that would be.
As Dr. Kurtala goes to work feverishly over Chav's unconscious body, we're going to do a quick medicine check.
Wouldn't she get 2 boost dice because me and Roll are helping her in this moment? Like, effectively just...
I mean, she realistically probably won't need it, but we'll see.
But still, it's always good to have that extra, just in case. You know, just in case.
No, look at that. She decreases difficulty by 1. Look at that. How delightful. Okay,
do we want to use our 1 triumph here, Roll?
Don't worry.
Okay, no,
I don't think we will. Need it.
Okay.
She's pretty high up there on actually. Let me see.
Yeah, I want to take a little look.
It's not
here.
Gonna show. Okay.
No, of course it's not.
But
damn,
she gets her own triumph. She doesn't need.
Despite the fact that I upgraded the fucking difficulty by 1, since she was able to reduce the difficulty, she was still able to succeed with a triumph, no less. That being said, she is able to heal Chav during her treatment. 3 plus 4 successes, 7 wounds, effectively healing him entirely, but he is still unconscious, as this was a very significant ordeal. The bleeding has stopped entirely, and she has now gone to work to surgically remove the useless arm and implement.
Yeah. Oh boy. Oh.
And begins to implement a interface, biomechanical interface for the socket that will now function as the shoulder socket of this new cybernetic arm that Chav is about to receive.
I'm going to gesture for Roll to follow me, of just going, he's well in hand now, let's let her do her work. And take him over to take Roll over to the Dark Trooper, who the arms are like flung like 5 feet in either direction, and just like his helmet's off, so seeing his face, and I just kind of like, I don't know how long this fucker was on the ship.
If I was on here, I'm sure I could have found him, but it's no one's fault really. Don't blame yourself, right? It's all right.
It's not the blame that I'm not blaming myself. The worry is, how much did he see?
Well, luckily, this is not the smuggler's compartment, so nothing really of secret value, really. Yeah, it should be fine. I don't think he's. Plus, we're in the bumfuck nowhere. I don't think he has had time to transmit anything to anywhere.
True. Still, I walk over and just grab the heavy blaster rifle. Just hand it to him, because I think Roll might be able to do a bit more with this. Essentially, like, give it a once-over.
Roll is going to accept it, but if I'm not mistaken, he can't do shit with it.
Well, it's more on the lines of, we might be able to take it apart and use some parts as, like, you might be able to replace anything you might have lost, or...
So ranged heavy weapon.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Does 10 damage, crits on a 3, has a long range capabilities, encumbrance of 7.
I mean, it's a
Has,
dark trooper. It's a dark trooper weapon. So
yeah.
yeah.
Has
I
the
mean,
auto fire capability.
dang. I mean, I've got. I can use it, but I have my bowcaster, so I'm not exactly in real need of.
I mean, he'll take it and sling it over crossbody.
I mean,
Well,
if
I'll
it
just say
worst comes
that.
to worst, worst comes to worst, we could just hand it the skull. Like, just says that casually. Just the most
You won't
terrified
roll.
droid. The most terrified droid ever gets the hold of a very well-made Dark Trooper Imperial Heavy Blaster Rifle with an auto feature.
Oh god. You won't roll. So we'll hang it on for later.
Yeah. Well, for the most part, can I say we do this guy one over and see if he's got anything on him?
Sure. I'm all for raiding the dead.
Well, I was kind of in a bit of a raging-induced daze when I did that. Like pointing at the arms.
Go ahead and give me a perception check, average difficulty as you loot the body.
Is your perception higher than mine?
I have two. Proficiency.
Then yeah, you do it because I've only got 2 ability die. So
you can have a boost die for help.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I will also add the boost die because why not? You know,
Yeah.
didn't do shit. So
I love
No,
that you guys
but you still-
all
you
these
still
triumphs at the end of the session. That's great. That's great for me. That being said, you are able to recover some of the laminate armor. The chest plate itself has been heavily damaged, but you get band braces, leg arm, pauldrons, and
good
boots.
spell.
Anything in here? Does he have like a utility belt?
Yeah, one utility belt and a singular canister, a singular liter of Bacta, personal carry.
Well, don't mind if we do. Just add it to the inventory. But
Half tank of Bacta?
A liter of tank.
A liter?
Yeah,
A liter?
yeah. Personal use leader bank. Back to
Yeah, personal use of Bacta. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not shabby. I just kind of like look at the chest plate, going, I could have used that. Yeah, oh well. It's just like, eh.
Kind of hard to use it when you hammer fist into this dude's fucking chest.
Yeah, it's literally like I just went down effectively. Like after like cracking the helmet and ripped his arms off and kicked it down, it was just like slamming down and breaking into the fucking
Right.
chest. At that point, just as soon as we got everything, just toss the body out, toss the arms out, and just kind of go. How mad is your friend gonna be when he wakes up when he sees the stain? Like pointing at the blood pool.
I'm fairly certain he'll be more concerned about the fact he no longer has an arm. We'll take care of the blood here.
There.
I think he'll be fine.
I go, well, do you know how to pilot?
Only planetary side vehicles. But if we leave Dar and Scuttle in charge of the ship, I'm sure that we can get there just fine. Of course, I'll be in there supervising.
We'll take shifts. Like we'll just take shifts. So yeah, get Dar off the shuttle, get him onto the Chimera, tell him to sit in the co-pilot seat while Scuttle sits in Chav's seat to guard it.
Fair. Yep,
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah, so it's just, and then every now and then we check on them to make sure that Dar isn't moving anything around, because I get the feeling Chav will know the minute something is moved an inch out of place, because this is his baby, and temporarily Dar is piloting. So this is once we take off, Shuttle takes off with us, and it's might be a long trek back to the Wakewood station to hopefully drop everyone off. But let's see if we can
Okay.
actually break. Let's see if we can actually break atmosphere first.
All right, who's piloting?
Scuttle and Dar.
Scuttle will be the one doing the check, I'd imagine.
All right, Scuttle taking controls of the planetary check.
Mm-hmm.
Average difficulty.
I think with Dar there, wouldn't he get a boost die? Because I think it's a.
That's
So
true. They do have a co-pilot.
Yeah. Also, can we have 3 triumphs here?
Yeah, I'm gonna
we have 3
submit-
triumphs here.
Now's the time to use them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll submit 2. Yeah, one of the tribes, but I only needed because we need to succeed once.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. I'm curious as to what would have compelled you guys to remain planetside. That is very interesting.
Just look at me. It's like, God damn it, Scuttle!
Solar flare, maybe.
Probably would have been intercepted by an Imperial ship because they would have arrived around this time. Yeah. Yeah.
How about no?
How about no? How about we just get the fuck out of here?
I like that idea. Yep. Yeah. You guys managed to cash in enough successes to pass the check, and Scuttle begins to ascend and depart the atmosphere. The atmosphere aboard the Chimera, solemn, as you all enter the cockpit, you see the aftermath of what transpired. The back of the captain's seat riddled with blaster holes. And as you take in this visage, it's a miracle that he's still able to draw breath.
As he is observing this, he takes out a piece of cloth and begins to kind of wipe down the back of the seat where some blood had been, and he can't help but his mind just kind of wanders. Man, this could have been my brother. And he's, as he does so, 1,000-yard stare, just kind of thinking.
As the ship begins to disembark the atmosphere and approach its destination for the sublight jump.
Shall I begin charting course for our journey back to the way station?
Confirmed.
Yep.
Roger, roger.
Forgot the difficulty. We'll roll that now. So it's 1 success, 1 advantage. Oh!
Okay. Use another triumph, or
Yep.
the last 2 triumphs. the last 2 triumphs to make it 3
Damn it!
successes.
Why do you guys keep keeping the fucking Empire at bay? I want them.
Nah,
'cause
not yet. We're not ready.
Yeah, we're not yet to deal with Imperial fleets. And also, I'd like to point out this ship is not designed to fight!
Oh my
Literally
god.
a bucket with wings.
It might as well be.
That was so close to having another Imperial interception. That was right there.
The minute we'd see one Imperial Star Destroyer, it was like, nope. It's like,
All right, you cash in the. Well, actually, Skull's supposed to have a boost die because somebody is helping him. Let me, to be fair, roll that fucking boost die.
Sweet.
Yeah, no, he still would have failed. Okay, yeah. You cash in those last 2 triumphs to succeed, and Scuttle is able to make the jump with no opposition. And with that, you guys find yourself in hyperspace.
I would imagine just as we had jumped, in comes an Empire
Yeah.
ship.
What you would be saying, yeah, moments after your departure, a what's the exact size of the ship? It is
Oh God,
massive in scale.
please no.
Please, no. No. Not. I'm hoping it's another light frigate and it's not a Star Destroyer.
They're gonna find the vault.
Yeah, they are.
Where is
I would happily.
my
I
Star
I would
Destroyers at?
happily.
Damn it! I would have loved to have that thing open. Oh well.
I know. So would I. To
Five?
be fair.
It's fine. I got this whole book full of ships, anyways. All right. What you'll be seeing is a specifically. Here we are. Where's my babies? I guess I didn't get time to write this one in. A Raider class Corvette. Imperial silhouette of 5. Just about the same size as the Wayfarer. But capable of carrying starfighters to help it engage in air-to-air combat. Yeah, Raider class Corvette, and then a star.
No. Why is there more than one? Why is there more than one?
Because the deep dark scout ship that had made it back to its point of origin and sent out additional assets. So yeah, there's what you don't see is a Raider and a Arquitan class light cruiser that enters the atmosphere of the planet of Cholgana.
Okay.
The Arquitan class light cruiser is a silhouette of 6. This thing does kind of blot a quarter of the planet.
It's a biggie.
Yeah, it's a big ship. Thank you, Star Wars, Starships and Speeders core rulebook. You guys are useful. I need to get to work and implementing those into my catalog of vehicles on RPG sessions. It's a lot of work. I have to manually enter every ship. It's a lot of work. That being said, yeah,
she a biggie.
Yeah. One day, hopefully, they'll have implementations of being able to recover ships without having to manually enter them all the time. That being said, the ship manages to escape detection from these 2 Imperial ships as they begin their journey back towards their first leg of the route back towards the way station, where they'll get minor resupplies for fuel and the non-consequential costs, like a couple hundred, if anything, to resupply on fuel and whatnot. But yeah, the ship makes its way back towards its intended destination, Raxus Prime. Where the rest of this journey is headed is to be diced. Tune in next week for the continuation of this adventure. We have officially wrapped up the second chapter of Beyond the Rim. If you would like to embark on it, you can look me up on startplaying.games and I can run this adventure for you. But tune in next week to see what is entailed for chapter 3. And then just a little heads up, after this adventure module is complete, we're going freeform, baby. I'm terrified, but I'm also excited. So what happens after this adventure module is going to be strictly up to how the party decides to go from there. That being said, we are 2B Dice Adventures. Tune in next week for the next week's episode of Star Wars: Edge of the Empire. We love you guys. Have a good night.
Night.
Oh.
You